Catus, Maximus here. This is a another little bit of a late upload. I had these random specialty service tools. Figured I'd do a little video about 5 random special service tools. Anyway, we'll start off with this and then go on to this. The other 3 are related to brakes, but this is a fuel line and oil line disconnect tool. There are several types of primarily fuel lines, where it's like a shark bite fitting where you kind of jam the hose in, so you need a special kind of collar that you press in the released little fittings. Many people are familiar with these aluminum ones that come in packs of like usually 6 of various different sizes. And Blue Point does include, or does have a set of like 4 of these various sizes, but this is around the 3/8 size. This just happens to be a set of pliers. So versus using these things, which sometimes can be a little bit odd, and they are aluminum, and when you use these, they can get kind of dinged up. These are, of course, alloy steel, and then they're just a set of pliers, so you can work on, you know, a range of sizes as long as the hemisphere kind of fits. And that's the whole. These are just fuel line disconnect pliers. This particular set, which is around the 3/8 size, is the FIH 9055-2. The other kind of non-related to brake specialty service tool I picked up, $3, figured why not. I was like, it's a power build. I just couldn't figure out, you know, looking at it, what it was for. And then actually I ended up realizing, because a long time ago I had a friend with a Honda and helped do some valve adjustments, and that's what this is. Many, particularly older engines, almost all engines now have what's known as hydraulic Lash adjusters, so the valves are always nice and tight. You don't hear those, you know, ticking sounds that you would hear in older vehicles. And on even early VTEC Hondas, you had to manually adjust the valve lash. Pull off the valve cover. There's these little pins that press on the back of the valve, and you adjust them. They're threaded into the rocker arm, and then they have a jam nut. And that's the whole purpose, is the top of that little screw is a slot head. So we have a slot head screwdriver, and then this even says is a 10mm. And I guess they have a cutout so that you can see the screwdriver turning. So the idea is that you would take this, put it on the jam nut, break it loose once you have the screwdriver set, adjust the lash a little bit, and then tighten up the jam nut again. Of course, you know, most people just use a 10mm box wrench and a regular slot head screwdriver. The whole point of this tool is it's kind of all integrated into one. Probably make a lot more sense if you worked at like a Honda specialty shop where you're doing a lot of valve lash adjustments, but that's just the whole purpose, is you can just break the fastener, see yourself turn the screw just a, come on camera, see yourself turn the screw just a little bit with this, and then torque that back down the jam nut. So kind of an oddball special. I mean, that's what this part number is, this power built, come on camera, 648827 is a Honda valve lash adjustment tool. The last 3 of these are brake tools. So we have a Castar Lang, and actually, no, the power belt's going to be Taiwanese, and I think these Max are, but these are also made in USA, so Castar and Lang are part of the same company. I was a little disappointed because I couldn't read the part number, and I realized, where is it? And they actually laser etched the part numbers on the steel, which I'll give them credit for. At least I was able to read it. We have a 7789 and 4655. So these are brake slack adjustment and brake slack automatic adjuster tools, primarily for large drum brakes that are used on semi trucks, that type of stuff. Never actually worked on a set of Class 8 brakes myself, but if they have these specialty service tools, which is an oddball 8-point 5/16 ratcheting wrench here, reversible. I was like, what on earth would you need a 5/16, you know, wrench to turn either 8-point or square 4-point fasteners? And this thing, which is just, I initially thought it was a terminal release tool, but apparently it's a tool to work with the automatic slack adjuster on brakes. Obviously, you press this in and it probably releases or puts a certain amount of, you know, pre-clearance, and then you tighten down your adjuster, and then you pull this back out, and that's giving you like the right space. You can see some wear on the back. Heck, if I ever work on a pair of Class 8 brakes, at least I'll have a couple of tools to work with the slack adjuster. This Max set, this L44-220, is for releasing parking brake cables on rear calipers on disc brake cars, which I think it works on some drum brakes as well. And it's a different tool that I have that's similar to this that I thought was actually for kind of pulling the cable out and disconnecting it on the rear drum brakes. But on many either vehicles or light trucks, the parking brake cable actually goes into a fitting and it's kind of free floating and there's like a link, and so that's what this is for. It's kind of hard to describe. I couldn't even find a picture on Google Images of this tool in use. I don't have a vehicle to demonstrate it, but it's definitely an oddball shaped tool, because you're wondering, Mac tools, but what on earth would this be for? And if you have, two pieces of parking brake cable that have like a special clip, the idea is that this tool is you put it on one end, and then this part would allow you to grab and kind of notch and unhook, kind of like those bead necklace things. That's or keychain, where it's a bunch of beads and you kind of snap them into a little ferrule. They use a similar thing in brakes, so hard tool to kind of describe, but these oddball shaped tools are the kind of things that, that or tools like this, which are specialty, but if you don't have them, I can make things a lot more difficult. Like with the fuel line disconnect tool, I have a whole set of these, but, having a set of plier style just can make it easier. Same thing with having an oddball 4-point or 8-point ratcheting wrench. Anyway, just a simple little video of some oddball tools I've been building up and decided to kind of do an all-in-one. Anyway, thanks for watching.